Hello everyone and welcome back. So these days when you buy a car and you start driving on the road, you want to protect yourself, which is why you buy an insurance for the car. But sometimes that's just not it, because it is worth a shot to invest in a dash cam, because that will give you a peace of mind. So allow me to introduce to you a dash cam that I will be reviewing in today's video, which is this Cievie D100 4K dash cam. So let me begin with first showing you what do you get inside this box. So this is how you get it shipped. There's also a plastic layer that I have removed, and this is the box that is usually how it is shipped directly to your place, and it's got the name in the front and also the dash cam photo and different bits, like if you have any problems, then they are ready to help you out with anything and all the finer details. So let's open the box and see what's inside this, because this is me also for the first time opening this box. There you go. So it's got these two packaging inside with this sort of foamy layer to cover something on it. Let's put this on the side, and I'm guessing this is the main camera. Yeah, that's the main camera, and this is the screen in the back, and that's the main 4K camera that it says. It's the Ultra HD, and there is also a 64 GB card that comes included with this package, and it's expandable to 256 GB. And let me just lock it in place. Then there is the type C port and the AV, which is for the second camera that you connect to this port. So the thing to mention is that this camera is quite light, and this is the tape, the 3M sticky tape that you put your camera on the front glass. And yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, it is super light. I mean, yeah, it just doesn't feel like you're holding like a very heavy piece of equipment. So good job with that. Oops. Now the next thing that you get is this big box, and I'm guessing that's where everything is. So the first thing is, yeah, that's the second camera that you put in the back side. So it's a 2-camera system. Then this is the cord, the USB port, the type C port that goes into your 12-volt charger. That's included with this. So if your car doesn't have the 12-volt pin, then you can just use the type C port from the car, because this camera is also connected using the type C port. And then this is the button here for the start stop. Then there is this tool, which is an interesting thing. Guessing this is okay, so these are the sort of stickers. So you apply these stickers on the glass so that you don't directly have to apply the tape onto the glass, because maybe that might, yeah, ruin your glass. So you don't want to ruin that surface, and there are extra 3M tapes also provided, and this tool is to scrape off any of this remainder plastic sticky tape. So in case you have to remove the camera in future, then you can easily do that. So pretty handy, this tool. Anyways, this is going to come in quite handy later on also. I can just store it somewhere. Yeah, good one. And then we have the booklet to understand everything about using this camera. So let's open up some of the bits here, like this bag. So it seems to have very long cables, and that's a good thing. Yeah, there you go. This is the charger, and look at the length of the cable. Probably I can connect from my house also. And then is this, which is another camera. Let me open that up. It's a good thing that they've packaged everything securely and separately, and this is the second camera that you can install in the rear and then connect this into the unit which is the front camera unit. So the AV thing, yeah, that's where this thing is connected like this, and this 12 volt is with the type C pin is connected here, and now we are ready to power up this system. But first we have to connect this. So let's start doing the installation inside the car. So to give you a few more details about this front camera, it's a 4K camera. It's got 170-degree wide angle capabilities. It's also got the enhanced night vision, and it comes with a 64 GB of inbuilt memory card. And there's also this R button here, so like a hole. So if the camera freezes, then you can use a pin and then reset this camera too. And there is also a screen which we will power on soon. So let me remove this sticker from here. So this is the actual lens, and then this can also be adjusted. So once you've stuck the camera, then you can basically, yeah, you see, you can adjust the angle of the camera too. And this camera also has a 6-axis impact gravitational accelerometer. So it's got this option called as the collision sensing that you can basically customize from inside the app. And then if the car is parked and there is a collision while it is parked, then it would automatically record. And there is also the loop option, so 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes of looping video that it will record and lock it, so that whenever you access that file, it is not erased, because usually when the camera is recording, it would automatically delete the older files, but on this it would lock and keep it safe. So that will come in handy if you have to give this footage for insurance purposes. Then this is the front camera, and this is the rear camera. Now the rear camera also is 1080p capable, so it's full HD and not the 4K, but doesn't matter. But even that one is quite sleek and lighter too, and there is also a 3M tape provided on that, and then this long cable. And this cable itself is also the power source when you connect it to this main camera, so no need of additional power supply for this camera. So let's begin with our installation process. So the first thing to do is to put this sticker, which is a electrostatic sticker. So we basically clean the windscreen and then stick this on, and then on top of that we stick this camera. So let's begin installing this sticker. So we are going to be sticking this sticker out here in the front, and it's a fairly simple process. So you just peel off this and then discard the other one, and this is the electrostatic sticker. So now we place it on the glass, make sure that the glass is clean, and then it securely attaches out here. Give it a nice squeeze and remove all the remaining bubbles, and this makes sure that it's not sticky and you can easily peel it off if you don't want to use the dash cam in the future, so it does not leave any residual sticky mark from the tape. Now I'm going to be sticking this camera to this sticker. So I've removed the red color tape from that. Now I'm just gonna be properly attaching this to this one, making sure that it's aligned properly. I just don't want to go wrong. There you go. I have somewhat, yes, done the job well. And then, as I said, now you can adjust the angle also. Just hold it on for a few seconds so that it sticks, and now it's just ready to be used. So the next stage is to connect all the cables to this one, and also the rear camera, which will be attached in the similar fashion. So I have connected the rear camera, and I have also stuck it on the rear glass, and this is how the wire is coming through. And forgive me for the clumsy wiring routing here, because I'm sure you're going to be doing a much better job by putting it from inside the frames and routing it cleverly into the back. But the next stage is to now power up this device. So there is a 12 volt socket that sits here, and I have connected this pin that's been provided, the 12 volt. The socket itself also has a USB port, so that additionally gives you one more USB charging capability also. So let's connect this into the side, and immediately there is a blue light here. So this blue light has a lot of uses. So if it's blinking once, then it is recording. That's what it is doing now. The moment you connect it, it immediately starts recording every single time. So if you switch off the car, it switches it off, all the recording, and when you switch on the car, it automatically just starts recording it. So if you want the dash cam to record every single time, even when you switched off the car and you parked it, then there is another type C hardware kit that you need to get for this one, and then you'll be able to record the 24 hours whenever the car is parked, or if you leave it anywhere. So that is also possible, but then you will have to connect the wiring to the fuse box, so you have to make sure you know what you're doing. Now there are certain things on the screen that are displayed. The first is the display itself. It shows the 4K and the timing and everything, and also it shows the microphone, the SD card, and also the Wi-Fi. So the next stage is to connect this camera to the app. So the next phase is to download the application. So I've already done that, and it's called the GKU Go. So you get inside of that and basically add the camera. You press that. It's very simple and pretty straightforward to just operate this application. So we'll just let it connect, and it would prompt me that I have to connect it using the Wi-Fi, because this camera will be connected using the Wi-Fi. So it's trying to add the camera currently. Now there are the instructions: install the camera, power it up. That's what I have done. Now I'll go to connect Wi-Fi, and here it shows me the Cievie D100 and the number of the device, and then the password default is 1234567 8. Simple.
Wi-Fi connected.
And that's what you will hear the prompt also from the dash cam itself. So it keeps mentioning also whatever it is doing. So let me take it back, and now we go into the GKU, we go back, and now let it connect the camera. So it's already connected. I can see the recording on the screen itself. I can flip it, and I can see the rear view also by pressing the option here. That's what you can see from there. You just have to flip the view, and then it will show you the other side. So you can even mirror the view from here. So that's what you can do from the application itself, and a very simple interface that way. If you look at it, there is easy pause and play. So this will stop the recording, and this will take the photos, and then at the bottom is the camera file. So on the screen itself, the feed might look a bit grainy because the output it shows you on the screen is 540p, but in reality it can be recording at 4K. So let me go into the camera settings and then see what all adjustments that we can do from here. So sound recording is on. The speaker volume, that's the one that's on the dash cam, that you can reduce in case you don't want it to be blaring the announcements loudly. Then video resolution, so the front one is the 4K plus full HD, 2.5K full HD, and full HD and full HD for both the cameras. And then the loop recording, so this is the one I was mentioning about. So if you press for 5 minutes, so whenever there is an accident, if it happens, then it would basically save up to 5 minutes of that clip. Otherwise it would save in a duration of 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. And as I said, it would even lock those files and keep it so that you don't lose them. And then there is the frequency, 50 Hz and 60 Hz, time watermark, rear camera flip, left and right, and then the status lights, the rear flip, which is what was happening when we saw the rear view, because it was flipping and showing. So let me now show you the other side, because it would have flipped the view. Now it's the straighter view on this, and then we go back. Right now it's currently paused, so it's fairly easy.
Start recording.
So this is the thing, like every single time that you access the application and try to access the camera, it would just start recording.
Stop recording.
Yes, that will happen. And then the camera file option is here where all the files are saved, and there is also the snapshot option and the locked option. So locked files are all here which are saved, so they won't be deleted when the loop option is going on. And continuing with the camera settings, so we've seen the front rotation, auto, everything. Then collision sensing, this is where you can set the collision level. So if it's a mild collision, it's a medium level. So when you want the cameras to automatically record, you can record that and set it here. Then the automatic screen off time, which is for the front camera, the small screen that you saw. Then the date format, clock, 5G, Wi-Fi name, then the Wi-Fi password, firmware, format SD card, and the factory reset. So straightforward, very easy to use application that's been provided with this. Now one more thing to keep in mind is that when you're connecting this application to the cameras, then make sure you switch off the Bluetooth and the NFC when you're connecting it for the first time, and also the data connection. It just is that sometimes it didn't connect if you keep all those things on, so it's better if you just leave everything off. I've done that, and just leave Wi-Fi on and it easily connects. And then after that point of time, you can just switch on every single thing, and then it would not create any problems while connecting to this application. Now let me show you the real footage from this and put it out here on the video so you can see exactly what's the quality of these cameras, the front and also the rear. So that is the front camera view, and you see the 170-degree angle, so it gives you a very wide coverage all across in the front and also in the back too. And all this, it is recording in 4K currently, the front camera. Now in terms of the cost, so this camera comes at 125.99 Canadian dollars. So it's actually a good price to pay for a very small, light and a handy camera. And the best part is that it's not got these big screens that you have to attach to. It's just the camera that you attach on the glass, and then everything can be controlled using the phone itself. So you don't have to go through all the hassles of installing additional screens and everything. So your purpose is solved, which is the dash cam. So in that case, this is actually a very good option if you're looking for a very handy dash cam. But I still have to show you the rear angle also. So let's go in the rear and show you the rear view. So here is the rear camera, which is recording in 1080p because that's the maximum that it can record at. But again, it's still got decent quality to that too. And on the app itself, you will be shown two different recordings for the front and the rear cameras, which is the F for the front, and the one marked with B is for the back camera, which is this one. But again, this also has the dual camera option, so you can easily record both the views. But if you don't want to use this rear camera, then I have another option, which is you can use this camera as the passenger camera on the inside. So if you are driving for Uber, Lyft or anything, then you can use this camera on the inside to record the passenger trips that you are going to be doing. So overall, it's a good, sleek, light and a simple to use camera. The application is quite straightforward. The installation process is also quite easy. Just a few things that can be changed, like whenever it's just recording on its own, whenever you switch off and then it just starts recording by itself, that can be improved. But anyways, one good feature is that whenever you switch off the car and switch it on, it automatically starts recording. And then there are additional accessories that you can buy if you want the camera to record even when the car is parked. But if you want to check out this camera option, then I'm going to be putting the link in the description and also in the comment section below. So make sure to go to that link and buy your camera for yourself, because it is good to have additional safety whenever you park this car in a driveway, in a parking lot, or when you're on the road. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and drive safe. There goes another car behind me.